Hi class! We're entering week 2 of our course in child development. I'd like to take a few minutes just to review the material that will be due this week and the topics we're covering this covering week, and some general things to keep in mind for this course moving forward. So firstly, week 2 is a focus on prenatal and neonatal development. Last week we did a brief overview of a lot of the different theorists within child development, and now we're going to start going through the progression of development from birth up until younger years. So we're going to be starting with prenatal and neonatal. So prenatal is the development of the embryo and fetus and those stages of development and what kind of helps or might hurt that process of development throughout pregnancy. And then neonatal is birth until 1 month of life. And there'll be a lot of terminology that you'll be reviewing within your knowledge path map learning this week. And then there's just a couple supplemental materials. If you click on the to-do link within week 2's module, it'll review everything that's due this week and have those supplemental readings. This week you will be having really interesting options of how to present your material. And I like that we try to change up the methods and media options for your work throughout this course. So what I mean is for one of the assignments, it's actually not a paper. Instead, it is a trifold pamphlet on a certain topic related to prenatal and neonatal development of your choice out of the few topics that are listed. Some of you have already had a great start to the discussion post for this week as well. I've enjoyed reading those so far. Keep those coming. I have a few, and then we're going to have a case study again this week that's applying the information for that we'll be learning on prenatal and neonatal development. A couple things to keep in mind. Please don't forget to not only after posting your original discussion post response on Thursday, to go back and log back on to the discussion post page several times, to also respond to your peers before Saturday at midnight. Also, while your initial post is due Thursday, the rest of your material is always due by midnight on Saturday. It's BayPath policy that we cannot accept any posts of any kind on the discussion board beyond Saturday for that week. Also, for your assignments that are due Saturday night at midnight, it is BayPath policy that we cannot accept anything beyond Wednesday. However, it is on a case-by-case basis that we accept late work. And of course, there will be points deducted for late submission. But for week 1, I'm surprised that there were so many individuals who were unable to get their initial assignments in on time. So please don't forget, some of you have been really great with corresponding with me, and some of you have not. And so please ask permission prior to the time of which your work is due, and to kind of let me know why and what's going on in regards to needing to submit material late if it is a request that you'd like to do so. It's a privilege. It's not a guarantee. It's not something to assume. Your work is due Saturday at midnight. And in fact, it is a concern if you're struggling already, because this is a really fast course in a very short amount of time, in 6 weeks. And we want to make sure we can help you stay on top of the material, because as soon as you get the 1 week's work in, you've got a whole nother section of learning for the following week. So I want to make sure we can help you right off the bat stay on track. So I'm going to reach out to you. I always reach out to faculty advisors, academic advisors of students that are already demonstrating difficulty getting things in on time, just so you know as well. I can tell that a lot of you are working really hard at APA formatting, and I want to say good job. Kudos. Every one of you has done a good job on trying to incorporate the references and literature and citing appropriately. So I want to just give everyone a kudos for that. Um, and Yeah, I'm trying to think that's a good brief overview for week 2. I mean, the material, woo, we fly fast. And with the holiday week approaching Thanksgiving, that week you will have off. So keep that in mind, especially for those of you that have some personal things going on that are getting in the way. You'll have that extra buffer week. Of course, you may have family obligations and holiday things going on, but if you plan wisely, that should also help you here in this course. Um, there's like this extra week built in the middle that can be as a buffer, kind of help you in preparation for other work to come. Looks like almost all of you did really good on the knowledge path map learning too. Don't forget, after you complete the prerequisite quiz, certain sections will pop up that you struggled a little more on and could use a little more learning on. And then you need to continue moving through the map, and you want to try to get to the mastery level. You can keep taking things over to get there, I believe twice. But to do your best. And then the overall average of the full map will be how your score is calculated. But it is a part of your grade. And last reminder, don't forget to keep checking rubrics before you submit material. It's really well laid out how the points are going to be scored and where they're coming from, what I'll be looking for when determining the points you're getting. So sometimes it can help to kind of just review that quick before you click submit. It's been a pleasure this beginning journey, kind of working with all of you. Keep the work and reading coming. And I really, really appreciate those of you who've had really thoughtful responses already to your peers. And those of you who've really applied the learning and knowledge to your own life and brought up really relevant examples to demonstrate your understanding of the material and your understanding of your peers' responses in learning. So thank you. All right, I will see you next week. Happy reading.